Hey guys, this is Pete Friedman. I'm the founder and publisher of CentralTrack.com. It is just about 4:30 according to the clock atop the Friendly Mercantile here in Dallas, Texas. It has been a bizarre time here in North Texas. There are police brutality protests breaking out all across the region for 31 days now. We are experiencing an insane spike in COVID cases. Vice President Mike Pence was here today, and there were protests over that at the First Baptist Church in downtown Dallas, which is its own crazy thing. And a man in Allen, Texas, went viral overnight for a complaint about an experience at the noted North Texas textbook chain Mikosina. And he's going to join us right now. So he's here in the room. I'm going to accept his request. I will say, we are not here for, well, I'll wait till he comes up. We are waiting on Jason McNair, better known as Shredded Cheese Wife Guy. Jason says I'm waiting on you, man. Jason, where you at? We might have to try again. It says I'm waiting on him, but I promise he's coming. He says he's here. He's totally coming, guys. Why is it taking so long? Let me try it again. Oh, it says unable to join. Jason, are you here? Let's try again, man. Worst case scenario, I'll DM him right now. All right, Jason, try logging out, coming back, and requesting again. All right, I will say this while we're waiting on Jason. I don't know that I'm here all the way for cancel culture. Sometimes it gets a little out of control. However, I'm very much here for a public roasting. I think we all deserve to be roasted sometimes when we make bad decisions. All right, it says he requested. Let's try this time. He's here.
How are you?
Jason. How are you? How's how's the how's the last 12 hours gone?
It's been a rough Sunday, man. It's not how my Sunday was planned, I'll tell you that. I got a massive headache, but hey, it's warranted. I'm here. I told you I would join and take my roasting.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that.
No, absolutely.
Let's just start at the top with the most obvious question at the beginning of all this. What were you thinking?
I mean, first off, because I do want to answer this question, and I asked myself this, and my wife is half Hispanic. It's very normal for everybody out there that cheese goes on fajitas. So let's just nix that one out, because that was apparently a huge thing that was trending. Why are we putting cheese on fajitas? Secondly, I'm married, pretty happily married. I've learned, having parents been married for 50 years, to keep that, you got to make your wife happy. I don't make her eat shit she doesn't want to eat, right? I take her to the places she likes. She wants cheese and meat on her fajitas. She gets cheese and meat on her fajitas. Okay.
Okay, let's get to this though, because hold on. Like the whole point of a fajita, right? And I used to work in a restaurant waiting tables, and we served fajitas. And like a fajita is a showcase item, right?
Yeah.
Everyone in the restaurant turns when the sizzle plate comes.
Absolutely.
If you wait 18 minutes, you lose the entire fajita experience.
And so here's if you
So
look
hold
at
on, by even waiting that long for the fajita, for the cheese, you ruin the fajita.
so yeah, and it's not even that. It was a rough ordeal altogether, right? So let's just take a step back. And I won't blast them. And if you noticed, what I took a lot of heat, right? And I think I'm thick-skinned. I'm not gonna have my feelings hurt by some idiot internet trolls messaging me stuff. The death threats a little too much. The name calling of my wife, terrible. You know, I'm a father, so hearing some stuff about that. But I will say this: I go on. I'm not a big Twitter guy. I'm learning how to use it more and more. I use it mainly just for my news, right? But
Let's talk about how you use Twitter, because you use Twitter in a very interesting way.
But here's what I've learned, okay? And I came from the service industry, many years in it, and I also know that a lot of people don't put the good stuff out there, right? We all know that. If you go to a restaurant and have great service, you might tell one or two people.
Hold on. That's a little bullshit, Jason. Because if you worked in the service industry, then you know that it's bullshit that people only say the bad things. So you should be saying the good things. You should sympathize with your fellow service industry workers. So all right, let's just
and that's a good point, and that's a very good point. And I typically do. I don't mind sending a Yelp review. I'll send an email just, hey, you know, Tom was great. I never blasted the waitress, if you noticed. I never blasted.
Well, you did. You said that service was terrible.
What's her name? What was the waitress's name?
You deleted the tweet, but I'm going to remind people what the tweet said, and I'm going to turn the camera around, and we're even going to we're going to as a group we're going to look at it.
Let's rehash it.
It says my wife date night after 3+ months locked up on quarantine, which we can talk about that. Waiting for shredded cheese as it's the only way she can eat fajitas. We've asked four people going on 18 minutes. Just unreal at Allen, Texas location. So you said you weren't blaming the server, but you say we got to quit blaming COVID-19 for crappy service.
Let's look at that.
And then hold on, just lastly, the iconic photo.
Oh, my wife's good.
Just an iconic photo, buddy.
I know.
So you were blaming the service.
But no, I will never blast somebody. Because I don't know if she's 18, 40. I don't care. She's working hard. And I applaud anybody that's just working in general, first off. So those people that were attacking me about that. But that's not, here's my whole thing about this, okay? And it's because then people brought up some tweets I made last week at the Gaylord Tech. Man, who cares? If I go to Target and there's a spill on the floor, sometimes I'll take a picture of that and tweet it at Target.
So not everyone does that.
Okay.
Why do you do that? You said you're new to Twitter and you're learning Twitter, and you have a way that you use Twitter, right? Mm-hmm. You use it for promoting your podcast, the Opinionated Much podcast, which is available on YouTube.
Appreciate it, bud.
Use it for interacting with, like, you're a big sports fan, so I see you taking pictures with, like, college and high school athletes. Mm-hmm. But then you also very much use it to complain to brands. I mean, so literally just last week, you complained to the Gaylord Texan. You've complained to Kroger multiple times. You've complained to American Airlines multiple times. I mean, so when you send out tweets like that, what's the goal? What are you trying to do?
And that's a good question, because most people think, well, I never get anything free. I don't want anything free. Never did. I don't want anything free from Mi Casino. We go to that Mi Casino once a month on average. We go to Uncle Julio's in Allen once a month. That's our spots.
What are you trying to?
It's bringing awareness, and my whole point of this, just so you know, was 2 weeks of dealing with this, and we're all cooped up, we're stressed. My problem is this: I applaud everybody that's out there working in this industry. They're choosing to make some money. I applaud them. My problem is,
well, they're out there because okay. So what? With COVID spiking right now, why go out? Like, because it's actually right now. Hold on, of all the time of the last 3+ months of quarantine that you talked about, Dallas and the North Texas area. You're from Allen. This is the worst it's been of all the times to go out, let alone complain about the service that you're getting when you're out.
Okay, that's good. Good. It's valid.
Why did you go and complain about it last
So
week?
first off, we didn't go on it. This was a random date night we don't normally get. Okay, it happened all of a sudden. We live right over
How often
here.
do you guys do date night?
We're once a month if we're lucky.
Okay.
I mean, it may be once every 2 months. It is what it is. But my whole thing is, just in general, over the past month or two, there's just been a lot of service issues, and we're being told, oh, well, just take it because COVID. We got to quit blaming COVID for just bad service. That's not anything to do with COVID. That's bad managing and bad teaching. You ever get bad service at Chick-fil-A? Nobody ever gets bad service at Chick-fil-A because they train them.
Not your complaints haven't all been COVID related. Like you're complaining
that's what I'm saying. So my whole point of that was the last month or so, this was just built up. So we go there, and I'm not even going to get into it again. I feel like Cena has taken enough of this. They owe me a minor little, maybe a free queso for the publicity, right? But
you do think you're owed something.
Nah, no. I mean, my thing is this. It was bad from the start. It wasn't just the cheese, man. Come on. But you said it best. The fajitas are sitting there, and no, she's not going to eat it till she waits. She gets her cheese. I can't eat until she gets her food, right? If unless I want to be divorced. So I'm just sitting there,
hold on.
and I'm working, man. I'm
What a
laughing at it.
no, supremely gentlemanly act to wait for your lady to get her food. That is Emily Post style manners dinner, right? You don't know that. What does the manners book say about sending a tweet about your wife with a picture like that?
She didn't know. This first off,
she didn't know.
No,
because I actually thought it was like maybe posed, and you guys were in cahoots.
No, I mean,
Jason, she's appeared in some of your past.
No, here's the deal.
She's appeared in your Kroger dates.
We had a couple drinks after, and I mean, so it was a rough morning, but we woke up to about 15 missed phone calls, 25, and I'm like, what in the hell is it? So, of course, I'm worried. Nope. People saying, hey, dude, what's going on? So she's, of course, pissed, man. She's like, why would you put this picture of me on Twitter? You know, so she's mad right away.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into this the timeline of it, because I'm really interested in that. So you tweeted this at like what time? I don't know, like 9?
9 o'clock, yeah, roughly.
9 o'clock? Was that, and that was live, like as it happened?
Oh yeah, dude. Did you see the shrimp? My 6 bacon wrapped shrimp sitting there just waiting to be devoured?
Yeah. I have so many questions about the table.
I mean, you know.
We're gonna get to those. But you weren't like, because this blew up pretty fucking quick, man. Like, so like I got alerted to it around like 11, and it was already pretty big at that point. What was the highest number you saw on like the retweets?
Well, I will say
and
this.
You know what a ratio is, right?
Someone had posted it, and I didn't really read it, because the one that caught our attention was not my post. That's the funny thing. It was not my post.
You saw someone else post about it?
Yeah, so a friend of mine's daughter is on, and she saw it and sent it to me, and it was a guy had made the meme with the Sarah McLachlan music, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, but so you've since deleted the tweet. Why did you delete the tweet?
My wife just asked, and look, she doesn't know how Twitter works.
But
she's not on there.
You still have the Sarah McLachlan still in the feed.
I showed her. I'm like, it's funny though, right? I mean, you got to laugh a little bit. We try to make a little humor. We're not going to cry and be all upset.
What's the goal on deleting it?
My original tweet?
No, yeah. Why delete it?
She asked me to. Point blank.
Okay.
Yeah. I already knew people screenshotted it.
Do you not have notifications on? Like, at what point did you realize this was like a crazy thing?
So I'll shame myself. I don't get a lot of notifications, man. I'm new.
Yeah,
I just started a podcast. Yeah, I just started a podcast probably 3 months ago, so it's new to me. It's obviously very small, which is why I was so eager to come on with you, man. This is awesome. I mean, you've got a great following, but. Look, I know I was going to get roasted. Hell, I'm going to have my mom's probably going to yell at me, man, and I'm 40 years old. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like,
have you talked to your mom about this yet?
No. And I mean, my brother found out, my older brother, and he was just like, dude, she's going to be pissed at you. I said, I know. She's not mad. She's just disappointed in society, man, because.
Yeah, you said that about your wife, too. Like, she is disappointed and upset.
Yeah, no, and he was, too. Straight up. I mean, he's like, you got it. What are you doing? You're better than I said, I know. And I mean, I can't even blame it on I had too many drinks, because I didn't. That was the thing. But it was, man. It was bad service, though, man. It was from the get-go to the end.
What lessons have you learned about this, Jason?
Well, I will take my own advice that I tell I when I coach youth basketball, and we've learned in the past about social media and how it can come back to bite you because people screenshot stuff. I mean, it's happening right now with
Yeah, I've got the screenshot right here. We just
yeah,
looked at
and I
it.
mean, it's one of those things, man. Like I'm very careful about even stuff I like or retweet because you just don't know. And with this here, it's just crazy because I'm being attacked because I found out that Mi Casina is owned by guys that supported Trump, and I'm like, I don't ever talk politics ever, and I'm being bashed because of MAGA. I mean, this is a flag and anthem hat, man. It's not even a Trump hat, right? And I was bashed for that, and like I don't ever get political any social media platform.
Jason, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna call you out because I've been
Okay,
studying.
let's
I've
do
been
it.
studying your Twitter feed, and the fourth way that you use Twitter is you respond to sports writers when they get too political, and you're like,
Yeah.
"This issue was going on before Trump. This has been going on since Reagan."
But
Right?
that's not political.
It's,
That's just facts. That's
it's
facts.
defending the accusations.
Well,
So you are a little political.
yeah,
I mean, if you bring up
but
Jason, hold on. If you bring up a president's name, that's political.
okay, I can see that take on it. But you will never see me go on Twitter and post something because I mean, obviously, right now that's what's dividing everybody. Right? There's this side and that side, and it's just not, man. I come from a big family. It's split down the middle, so we just don't get into it. It's not worth it. So to me, I won't go on there. Nobody knows who I voted for, so I just don't talk about it. And it was funny getting those
Do you want to talk about
comments.
it? Do you want to talk about it?
No, no, absolutely not. Man, I've had a rough enough day, man. But I will say this, like, being attacked. Nobody knows I didn't wear a mask going in there. They didn't know my wife didn't wear a mask to go in there, and that's like stuff that
Wait, you didn't wear a mask going in there?
we did. But I was
Okay.
getting messages, literally death threats. I had one guy that
Yeah,
basically
I'll give you this. Let's talk about the death threats. What was
trust,
that?
man. Look, I'm going to assume you've had your fair share just from being what you've been
Oh,
doing for a while,
Jason,
right?
there's songs about it.
Yeah, I saw one where you had posted and someone bashed you for doing this. You should be doing that, and you're like, "Well, I'm going to go
No,
cover the protest later." And I'm like, it's just you created this platform or whatever for you and to get your stuff across. And I think that's whatever views you want to take. And I think that's what makes this country so great. We got to be
yeah,
able to do it.
then you're saying you won't share your views. So
Well, but that's the thing. I don't have any. I'm not smart enough to know any political views. That's the facts.
okay. Well, I don't know if that's true either, Jason, because one of the episodes on your podcast was you went out of your way to interview a bunch of like black athletes and people involved in
Buddies, those are my
black sports
buddies. Those are my buddies. Yeah.
to talk about like
Mm-hmm.
systemic racism.
Yep, absolutely. And those are my
Well,
buddies. And it was a conversation
do
with
you
those
think
guys.
racism is not a political issue in America right now?
Oh God, absolutely. But if you go listen to that episode, look what the stance I took on that. I'm over here letting them talk. That was the whole show, is to let them have a platform
I'm
and a
just saying
voice.
to say you're not political is wild.
I, I mean, you could say I don't get into politics. I just don't. I'm not. I don't know.
Well,
I'm not smart.
let me ask you the question I asked you before, which we kind of got sidetracked from. What lessons have you learned? This has been wild. You told me, and one of the messages you sent me was, "I've learned a lot overnight." What have you learned overnight?
In the last 4 hours, I've learned a lot, man. I've learned that people will find the most gruesome things. And look, I'm not mad at all these people. I get it. Their take on this is they're looking at us being entitled because of cheese, and it's really not. It's not what it was about. You can only get 140 characters in Twitter, right? So I can't give the whole
Actually, you
timeline.
get 280 now.
Oh, see, they just learned that. So I couldn't do the whole timeline of what happened at Mi Casino. It wasn't worth it. It was just kind of a half funny, half not. If you look at the Gaylord Texan post, and they never did, and they didn't have any carts. And the picture is there's 25 carts outside. I would have went and got it myself. I'm not entitled, okay?
You
Like,
didn't go and get it yourself.
yeah,
You
but
took
I
a
had
picture
to.
of it. You took a picture of the carts.
Yeah, I did, and it was because they were telling me there's no carts. They were so busy. But yeah, look,
Do you think people get that? Let me
no,
buy that. Let me buy that you're doing this for a joke. And you said you haven't gotten free stuff, but then you literally said you think Mi Casino owes you
it's a
some
cup of queso,
queso.
man. Yeah, a cup of queso.
So you are doing this a little bit for like some sort of return.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't. I mean, if Mi
But
Casino calls
people,
me tomorrow and
so
says,
you,
"Hey,
at your defense, you keep coming back to like the idea that this is a joke, or like
oh,
you're being
absolutely,"
sarcastic or
when I go to
satirical.
post that,
but like no one gets it.
I think maybe 10% of people do, and the other 90, it's literally just it's they're bored. I don't know what it is, man. It was a Saturday night. People just decided, oh, let's just pound on them. This isn't like the viral video of the lady in the store fighting everybody because she doesn't want to wear a mask. That's stupid to me.
Which,
Like,
by the way,
crazy.
that also happened in Dallas overnight.
Yes, yeah. And
I
I mean,
mean,
like,
I'm going to try to interview her next.
I mean that that's fire right there, man. I'll tune in for that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's people were coming out of the woodworks to bash us, and they don't even know us. So again, I've got thick skin. I can take it, man. Like, you asked me what I learned. I will say this.
Yeah.
I will not be posting anything regarding, my wife, obviously, because I feel like I truly did hurt her. It's going to take some time to fix that. I also did. I went back and looked at some of the stuff, and you're right. I mean, I've been here for 21 years. I go to the same Kroger. I go to the same Target all the time.
Yeah, you're shitting where you eat, man.
Dude, well, and the thing is, I've
Like,
gotten to know them
that's
so
like
well.
rule number one. Don't shit where you eat.
It's 10 years of just downward, and it's management, man. I'm not saying but those places have to be aware of this to fix it. Just like I need to be
You've been
aware.
going to these places for a while, though. You think the best way to like fix it is to publicly roast them rather than to talk them?
I mean, there you go. I mean, that's one of the things I probably learned is no. You're probably right. But with American Airlines, they're a global empire, so my tweet meant nothing, right? But all the other people that were tweeting them.
Okay, I'll give you that because I'm here for the roasting of the airlines. Airlines suck. No one likes airlines.
It's terrible.
Also, a lot of people don't like Miko Sina either. But it's the.
I learned that. I
think it's the tact, right? It's the approach. It's and right the privilege that is kind of on display.
That is I think that's right there is what I would take away from this. My approach to just anything in general, right?
Do you think privilege is part of it?
No, I'm not privileged, man. We work for everything we got. It's not even. It's just cheese, man. And my wife wanted cheese. That's how she eats her fajitas. We've been together 13 years, so I know how.
Well, one thing that I've learned, and I think that a lot of people have learned in the last couple months or last month specifically of protesting is you don't have to work for the color of your skin,
right?
So there's some privilege that comes with that. So let's talk real quick. Speaking of privilege, why can't your wife eat fajitas without the cheese?
Hey, and funny you just mentioned it right before that. So my wife is half Hispanic. I was getting messages. People were like, "I'm from Maine and I don't eat cheese on my fajita," and I'm just laughing because I'm like, okay.
There's parts of northern Mexico that are more like dairy farm based, and they use I've talked to my friend Jose Relat about he runs the Taco Trail. He's the taco editor at Texas Monthly. That he and I have worked on and off on a taco podcast. I understand that there's some
for sure
weird lines maybe the more people realize about cheese on certain Mexican food.
It offended people. Because here's the deal.
It's not really about the cheese to me. It's about the 18 minutes and the food's cold.
It did,
right?
Though.
I would rather eat a hot fajita without cheese than a cold fajita with cheese.
We're right here. Now, I'm not going to tell my wife, though, how to eat her fajita. That's the thing. So there's one thing right there. I'm not going to tell my wife, hey, just eat it. Shut up, right? No, I'm not going to do that. There ain't no way. She didn't gripe or complain. She doesn't ever do that. But I decided to go, so I did.
I mean, she kind of wore her complaint with her I'm looking at the picture right now. With her posture, she kind of wore.
She wasn't happy.
You complained in social media. She complained IRL with.
Well, but here's the deal. For all these people
I'm impersonating your wife.
all the people out there, chiming in, they all know. With kids, you don't get very, very many options to go to dinner just as adults. So this was rare, and I mean, we were. Look, I tipped the lady nice. That was another thing, right? We tipped her nice. I took good care of her. I didn't complain to her manager. I'm not trying to get her.
Because a lot of people they didn't tip.
Oh, dude, people, I got all kinds of stuff about that. And people are going to make their assumptions based on just that one picture. And that's terrible, man. My wife is the sweetest, most genuine person you'll ever meet. She's just not a foodie. I am. You look at that food there. I'm taking all of it, throwing it in the tortilla and eating. I don't give a damn. You're right.
What did you order? What did you order? Or was it or was it an order for two? Is this a fajita for two?
No, we always split, and then we pay extra to get extra meat. But here's the kicker. That was like the fifth mistake that happened. I ordered Just the add-on, 2 shrimp. How many's in that picture right there? That's the
Well,
$25 flat.
another shrimp. You have another shrimp plate. There's at least 2 shrimp. I see.
There's 6. I ordered 2. But that's, I mean, I'm not gonna send it back, right? I'll
You
pay
know,
for it and eat it. It's not a big
you
deal.
know what we call that, Jason? We call that one of them good problems.
Yeah, no, 100%. Absolutely. It just, you know.
Okay, so speaking of the things on the table, there's like I'm fascinated by the barely drink Mambo Taxi.
Okay. Which one was that though? Was that the first, second, or third Mambo Taxi?
You actually just said you weren't drunk, and
No,
I see a
absolutely
Mambo
not.
Taxi on the table.
No, we had two Mambo Taxis each.
So they came out and they kept feeding you Mambo Taxis, but not cheese.
Just not cheese, yeah. No, I mean
Really?
it's
That's your contention?
we got there, ordered everything all at once. We
But
always
they were just like, fuck these guys and their cheese orders.
no.
Just like, hey, all the Mambo Taxis they could.
But I will say this though. On that note, with all these people timing in, maybe there's some servers out there. Here's I mean, when I used to wait tables, and I mean I was a hustler, but I will say this: now is the time where these people can be making a grip of money and earning repeat customers because they are out there having to deal with all this bullshit. And I hate it for them. I hate it that they're wearing masks. It's hard to communicate with them, but they're doing it. So like
How
for
do you
them,
feel? I mean, was your server wearing a mask? I see. There's a guy in a sliver of the up left of that photo who's wearing a mask.
there was 4 people. So we were at the very back where you can actually walk out to the patio section. There was 4 servers, other servers that we had asked. And they all just kind of, I mean, you've done it before, right?
Were you given the choice? Were you given the choice to dine outside?
There was a kind of a pretty big party going on out there because I would have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's safer according to the CDC.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. I mean, it was beautiful yesterday. It was probably 80-ish, so I would have done it.
Is there any way your wife wants to come on and answer some questions?
Oh, man. Let's say, does my wife want to come on and talk? I mean, we could try. I mean,
let's try. Oh my God, let's try.
She might punch me, and whoever just commented, Jana Angelo. No, I'm not lying. If you ever want to just chat, I have no reason to lie. I came on this when he reached out to me, to the people out there listening, because I deserved a roasting. I knew I messed up. I knew I messed up at 8:30 a.m. this morning when one of my best friends called me and was like, dude, what? He scolded me.
What did he say?
Me. Well, because he was mad because it was a picture of my wife. He's like, what are you doing, man? That's not cool. And it at first you're thinking, okay, no big deal. I've tweeted some other stuff before and thinking, like, crossing my fingers, yeah, this is good.
Oh no. You might lose the Wi-Fi.
But like this?
Be careful, Jason. You might lose your Wi-Fi. Be careful.
Yeah. They may have ran out because she's still mad at me. I'm just being honest.
Is she not home? Did she go out to
She went to go back to Mi Casina to get her fajitas and cheese.
Did you really, or is that just a?
No, she's probably running errands. I mean, when I asked her, because I said, hey, guy messaged me. I'm gonna hop on with this thing he does, and I mean, she's like, he's probably just gonna like flip it and bash you, right? I go, yeah, maybe, but I mean,
I will say this, Jason. I told her this from the jump. I think. For as much as I disagree with it all, and I think it's like just insanely hilarious, and just the schadenfreude of it all, frankly. I do think you're a game guy for coming on here, and I appreciate that. And that takes some guts, and props on that. I will. So I'm not sure we have. I'm going to give you the last question I have.
Give it to me.
Is the one I've asked now. This will be the 3rd time I've asked it. What have you learned from all this? And what's going to be different?
I will apologize.
What comes next for the opinionated much brand?
I mean, my approach will be different. I'll tell you that right now, just in general. And I will be more aware of my surroundings in terms of just when I'm out and about. Look, I know there's tough times right now, but I will. I'm gonna walk over there and apologize. They may not know. I don't know who's the Mi Casina social media person, right? And
they have to know.
They haven't. Look, I got a lot of friends in this industry that own bars and restaurants in Dallas, Allen. So I get it. And when they see this, which they probably already have, I mean, they're probably gonna think I'm in it. But at the same time, they're also gonna flip it around too, because if they mess up, they want to know too. So I don't go on Yelp usually. I just don't. I use it for reviews and stuff.
So you say you go there once a month, and you think like this is a common thing there,
Mi Casina, I would
like
say
that kind of area?
in the last 10 years, it has steadily gone downhill. But it's not just Mi Casina. I think that's everywhere in
I
general.
didn't know that you're on here again. Keep avoiding the question of what you learned and keep saying like, "Hey, but
But
they weren't so hot either."
no, I mean, if I had to
So
say,
you're again in the public forum doing this.
here's what I've learned. Because I honestly, people had went on my podcast, right? And I mean, the downloads has just skyrocketed, and it's not a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want it like this, right? That's not how I wanted to get there. But everyone had put 1 star and just stupid comments, right? I mean, it was rude, and it's on there, it's on Apple Spot, and it's just terrible. So I mean, I'm probably gonna have to just delete it and call it a wash. And I mean, that's the learning thing for me is all because of a half-hearted joke that obviously went sideways. It's cost me a year because I worked on that for a year to get all that up and running. So it's
I, again, I'll applaud you for coming on here. You're a great sport. I don't know if I buy that it was a joke. I don't think anyone buys that it was a joke.
that's okay. I feel you.
And it sounds like you learned a lot. But hey, Jason, thank you for taking the time. This has been half hour, which is just like thank
you. You gained a follower for sure. I appreciate it, man. You've been cool.
Good luck moving forward. I hope you do learn from this. And maybe we'll talk again sometime down the line.
Absolutely, man. Take care. Good luck to you.
You too. Good luck, man.